So, what I was taught and what I thought was raising them right, but then later on just had to question those things. And I wanted to talk about that today, but my main focus is when I keep hearing about and seeing things about the bonnets. That's been going on for a while, or people, the young ones wearing their pants down. And it's not even young ones, it's old people too. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. But I wanted to start with, from my experience, and I have 3 adult children now, but I look back on it when they were younger, and I remember when I was in Texas, we were stationed at Fort Hood, and for the first time, we did 2 tours at Fort Hood, but the first time we were stationed at Fort Hood, I was working at Temple, Texas, VA. And there was somebody that told me about, because we used to listen to videos and stuff in the pharmacy, and music, comedy, whatever. And I heard this person they were listening to, and I was like, he is so funny. Who is that? And it was Jeff Foxworthy. And so I used to go put his tape on. Back then it was a tape or a CD, I don't remember, in my car, and drive to work and be cracking up. And so one segment he did was the cereal aisle, when you take kids. And so I adopted this into my way of doing things. When they would get in the cereal aisle and go, cereal, 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 and just stand there and have a fit and fall out if you walk past the cereal or candy or chips or whatever they wanted, right? And so I would, after listening to Jeff Foxworthy do that segment, I would do that with my young kids and go and look at them crazy while they're laying on the floor having a fit. And I go, where is your mother? Where is your dada? Why are you without your mother? Something crazy like that, right? They would look at me like, you fool, you my mama. But, that was the younger days. And I tried not to, definitely at the younger age, I didn't use the belt, or anything as far as trying to hit or whatever. I did do a lot of pinch. If I was, had taken them somewhere trying to be quiet or to listen and not jump and run around, right? But when those jokers turned teenagers, it was a whole nother story, because I was very fortunate where I did not get phone calls at work or when I came home. I didn't get, see any letters from my kids. They was so good. They did me right. They really treated me right. And so that I was very fortunate for that. But when they got teenagers, it was a whole different story. And yep, I pulled the belt out then. And I remember once we were in Germany, and one of my children came back from her friend's house. We were living on base with some short, skimpy, tight, the pants and the shirt. And I was like, oh, hell no. And I remember grabbing the belt, or either I grabbed the belt or I was just, I don't know, but I was running around the couch. The couch was in the middle of the floor, and she would run around one way and I would run one way. Then she turned around and jetted the other way. I would try to jet the other way. Eventually I jumped on top of the couch to get to her in the front of, I don't know. And so I threw those clothes away and was like, no, you're not going to wear that, in my house or whatever. And so then that was the female. Then I had the male child. Again, during them teenage days, heading into teenage, during teenage, and the pants were off the butt. And I was trying every little scenario. Like I would do, hey boy, looking mighty good in them jeans, and then I give them the talk about jail and stuff like that. And they just look at me and shake their head and laugh and walk away. So I said, if I ever catch you like that again, I'm going to, I will pull the pants down if they in the house, not outside. And I would go behind them in the kitchen while they're getting something, and I snatch them down or whatever, and they yell at me. I would just try and say, what can I do? What can I do next or whatever? Different crazy little things like that. And, I remember one time I got so frustrated. I was so like, man, what is up with this the pants being down and showing the bottom? No matter what I said, then I did the fear tactics, and the things like, people want to get popped in the booty if they do that, and just stupid stuff, right? So I remember one day I was like, all right, I'm gonna get them, and I put some clothes, my pants on, and I had to go in the kitchen and cook, and I had my pants down, looking like a doggone fool, and I walked around the house like that. And they look, they give a little smirky laugh, and they keep going. Like, that did not faze them at all. I was like, man, no matter what I do, they're not getting it, right? But eventually, later on, you could see where they were wearing a belt, they were pulling their pants up. They went to college, played football, and, graduated college. Started interviewing, looking like a straight up, professional. And again, I was lucky. I was fortunate. But so this is what I wanted to talk about today. And so I often, as time went on, would ask myself, but what was I really teaching? Was I teaching respect? Was I teaching shame? Was I teaching anything about the image? Was I teaching compliance? Or maybe was I teaching from the fear of judgment? And that's the question that started bothering me. I thought I was teaching self-respect, but was I really teaching that? Or was I teaching performance? Was I teaching them to think or just avoid embarrassment? I don't know. Just questions. Okay, but what I have learned over time and through the years, and even now, is that there is a deeper lens, much deeper than bonnets and sagging pants. This is where the conversation gets deeper for me. Some of what we call raised right. Well, they were raised right. Well, I was raised right. Well, I raised them right. Is really respectability politics. The idea that if you look a certain way, you'll be safer, more acceptable, more respected. But children are not robots. Different personalities respond differently, and harsh control can backfire depending on their various different personalities. So what changed? Like, growth looked different when it becomes their own. From playing football, from the young teenager doing what everybody else do, to becoming mature, going to college, having college interviews, belt on, pants up. What I'm grateful for is that like in my case, as he got older, they made different choices on their own, like football, growing up, college, interviews. They pulled it all together. But that showed me something. Some change lands deeper when it becomes theirs, not when I try to force it. Right? I've thought about this many times before and still do think about it. And it's like, I'm not judging the past, I'm studying it. I don't know on what kind of level. I meant protection back then. Some methods were still too harsh. But awareness matters, and repair matters. Going deeper matters, is what I can share from my experience. This is not me trying to condemn myself for everything I did as a parent. I was one of those and truly believe, like everyone else said and fell in line with, no one handed me a handbook. I don't have a handbook for this shit. It's me trying to study it honestly. I mean, I can mean well and still admit some methods were too harsh. You know, and I know where they come from. Way back from slavery, controlling people, onto my, whatever. But I can love my kids and still question what I taught through fear. And what did, people like me, and I'm talking from me, I can't talk for anybody else and say we, but what was inherited that one never examined? And what did you call good parenting that might have really been fear, image, or inherited control? That's the deeper invitation here. Not guilt, not self-hatred, just honesty. What did we inherit and repeat? Just like those spare the rod, spoil the child, beat 'em, without really examining it. And what might change if we look deeper than what we were taught? Like taking the time out to learn other people's personalities and behaviors that we work with, that we are intimate with, that are in politics, that are in the churches, that are in the religion. But the same thing with the little ones. They all have personalities and behaviors as well. Develop as soon as they pop out of the vagina or pop out of the stomach. So, I don't know. I'm just thinking, and I'm just sharing, and that I think I'll leave it at that for now.